Mogpog-Marinduque. The scope of works, application of 10,549 square meters by 80 meters or 80 millimeters thick asphalt overlay with pavement markings, reblocking of 4 spans of PCCP, removal and installation of existing solar studs. The ABC is 56,915,420 pesos. Contract duration of 127 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. Next, contract ID number 24EA0041, widening of permanent bridges, Bacong-Bacong Bridge, along Marinduque Circumferential Road, Phase 2 at Gasan, Marinduque. Scope of works, construction of 1-span flat slab reinforced concrete bridge, construction of 136.91 cubic meters gabions, construction of 80.4 linear meters concrete slope protection, painting works for concrete railings. The ABC is 8,820,000 pesos. Contract duration is 168 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 10,000 pesos. Next, contract ID number 24E0042, construction of multipurpose building, Barangay Hupi, Santa Cruz, Marinduque. Scope of works, construction of 10 columns and footings, footing tie beams, wall footings, roof beams, removal of existing pavement and structures, painting works, tile works, roof drains, waterproofing membrane, plumbing works, and electrical works, including filing fee, occupancy permit, and electrical fee. See plans for details. The ABC is 3,958,000, contract duration of 110 calendar days, and the cost of bidding documents is 5,000. Next, contract ID number 24E0043, rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay 1, Buenavista, Marinduque. Removal and replacement of gutter, flashing, ridge roll, type groupings, and structural purlins. Repaint of girth, structural truss and rafter, including filing fee and occupancy permit. See plans for details. The ABC is 1,978,000 pesos. The contract duration is 89 calendar days, and the cost of bidding documents is 5,000 pesos. Next, contract ID number 24E0044, Asset Preservation Program, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary roads, Marinduque Circumferential Road, K0001 plus 832 to K0002 plus 340 located at WAC Marinduque. The scope of works is the installation of 510 linear meters of drainage system facility. Construction includes 779.3 cubic meters of Class A with 70,066 kilograms of reinforcing bars, grade 40 for box culvert, installation of 480 linear meters of 1.22 meters diameter RCCP, and 600 linear meters of seal sheet piles for copper damming. The ABC is 28,613,582 pesos. Contract duration is 195 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 25,000 pesos. Next, contract ID number 24EA0045, Asset Preservation Program, rehabilitation, reconstruction, upgrading of damaged paved roads, secondary roads, Marinduque Circumferential Road, K0026 plus 000 to K0026 plus 300, K0033 plus 845 to K0034 plus 033, K0034 plus 300 to K0034 plus 627, and K0041 plus 300 to K0041 plus 863 at Santa Cruz, Marinduque. The scope of works is the concreting of 1,375 linear meters by 6.7 meters by 0.28 meters thick PCCP with reflectorized pavement markings, white and yellow. Removal of 1,375 linear meters by 6.1 meters by 0.23 meters thick PCCP. The ABC is 26,410,815 pesos. The contract duration is 170 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 25,000 pesos. Next, contract ID number 24EA0046, Network Development Program, Road Widening, Secondary Roads, Marinduque Circumferential Road, K0047 plus 589 to K0048 plus 000 at Torrejas, Marinduque. The scope of works are as follows. Concreting of 413 linear meters by 6.7 meters by 0.28 meters thick PCCP and 413 linear meters by 2 meters by 0.23 meters thick PCCP shoulder with reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow. Construction of 277.54 linear meters of line canal, 242.37 linear meters right side, and 35.17 linear meters on left side. Installation of 46 linear meters RCPC, 0.9 meters diameter with 158.36 cubic meters of stone masonry for slope protection head wall and catch basin. The ABC 17,102,606.5 pesos. The contract duration is 115 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 25,000 pesos. Next contract ID number 24EA0047. Rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay Dulong Bayan, Mogpog, Marinduque. The scope of works: construction of 22 footings and 22 columns, footing tie beams, floor beams, roof beams, wall footing, suspended slabs, slab on fill, removal of existing structures and obstruction, stair, masonry works, roofing works, waterproofing membrane and cement base, sand breakers, stainless steel gates, complete set of doors and windows, tile works, stainless railings, painting works, aluminum cladding, stainless steel signage, ceiling, plumbing works and fixtures, fire escape ladder, septic vault, air conditioning, and electrical works, including solar panel. See plans for details. The ABC 6,928,000 pesos. Contract duration of 175 calendar days and the cost of meeting documents of 10,000 pesos. Next contract ID number 24EA0048. Rehabilitation of multi-purpose building, Barangay Mataas na Bayan, Mogpog, Marinduque. Scope of works: rehabilitation of multi-purpose buildings, including process, purlins, plates, roofing, painting works, masonry works, tile works, plastering works, plumbing works, electrical works, solar panel with inverter, air conditioning, and removal of structures, including filing fee, occupancy permit, and an electrical fee. See plans for details. The ABC is 6,928,000 pesos. The contract duration is 175 calendar days, and the cost of bidding documents is 10,000 pesos. Next contract ID number 24EA0049. Rehabilitation of multipurpose building, Barangay Bintakay, Mogpog, Marinduque. The scope of works: construction of 8 footings and 8 columns, footing tie beams, floor beams, roof beams, wall footing, suspended slabs, slab on fill, stiffener columns, removal of existing structures and obstruction, ramp, masonry works, roof framing and roofing works, waterproofing membrane, doors and windows, tile works, stainless railings, painting works, plumbing works and fixtures, ceiling, and electrical works. See plans for details. The ABC is 6,928,000 pesos. Contract duration is 175 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 10,000 pesos. Next contract ID number 24EA0050. Construction of water supply system, level 3, Buenavista, Marinduque. Construction of 1 unit water treatment plant, 1 unit concrete weir, 3 units of 3 meters by 3 meters concrete elevated water tank with 7 units of pipe drilling, 8 units pump house including submersible pump, 8 units power supply, combination of the electrical operative supplier and the solar panel energy source, installation of distribution pipelines, and installation of level 3 water system. The ABC is 54,037,363 pesos and 83 centavos. Contract duration is 353 calendar days and cost of bidding documents is 50,000 pesos. Next contract ID number 24EE0051. Construction of water supply system, level 3, Torrejas, Marinduque. Scope of works: construction of water treatment plant, 5 units concrete weir, 5 units of 3 meters by 3 meters by 3 meters concrete elevated water tank with pipe drilling, pump house including submersible pump and power supply, combination of the local electric cooperative in the province and the solar panel as alternate source, 20 units solar street light, installation of distribution pipelines, and installation of level 3 water system. The ABC is 48,997,952 pesos and 59 centavos. Contract duration is 306 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 25,000 pesos. Next contract ID number 24EA0052. Construction of flood control, Barangay Bacong, Ibaba, Gasan, Marinduque. Station 0+000 to Station 0+086. The scope of works is the construction of 86 linear meters flood control structure. The ABC is 4,948,000. Contract duration is 74 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 5,000 pesos. Next contract ID is 24EA0053. Construction of flood control, Barangay Ihato, Buak, Marinduque. The station limits is Station 0+000 to Station 0+092 and Station 0+106 to Station 0+122. The scope of works is the construction of 108 linear meters flood control structure. The ABC is 4,948,000. Contract duration is 74 calendar days and the cost of bidding documents is 5,000 pesos. Shown in the screen is the schedule of key procurement activities for this contract. The issuance and downloading of the bidding documents for those contracts mentioned earlier is from October 26 to November 15, 2023. The hard copies can be secured at Back Secretariat, DPWH Marinduque DEO, Bac Marinduque, and it can also be downloaded from these websites, www.dpwh.gov.ph and www.philjobs.gov.ph. The receipt of bids by the Bids and Awards Committee is on November 15, 2023, 10 in the morning, at DPWH Marinduque DEO, Bac Marinduque. The opening of bids shall be held immediately after the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. If the bidder chooses to attend the bid opening through online conference, you may do so using the following links provided in the screen. Bid submission. It can be done manually or electronically/online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. Similar to manual submission, the guidelines for the preparation and submission of an electronic bid are contained in BDS ITB Clause 7 pursuant to Department Order Number 87 Series of 2020, consistent with GPPB Resolution Number 09-2020 entitled Approving Measures for the Efficient Conduct of Procurement Activities During a State of Calamity or Implementation of Community Quarantine or similar restrictions authorizing an online or electronic bid submission. These are the requirements for the bidding documents. For the minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. For contract ID numbers 24EA0038-240, 24EA0044-246, and 24EA0050 and 24EA0051. The project manager, project engineer, as well as the foreman should both have a general experience of 5 years and or relevant experience of 3 years. The accredited materials and quality control engineer must be an accredited materials engineer 1, and the safety officer must both have a general experience or relevant experience of 2 years. For contract ID numbers 24EA0041 to 43, 24EA0047 to 49, 24EA0052, and 24EA0053, the project manager and project engineer must both have a general experience of 5 years and or relevant experience of 3 years. The accredited materials and quality control engineer must be an accredited materials engineer 1. However, non-accredited materials engineer may be assigned for projects with an assigned cost of 15 million or below pursuant to DO 98 series of 2016. The foreman must have a general experience of 3 years and or relevant experience of 2 years, and the safety officer must have a cost training. These are the documents to be submitted by the bidders on the opening of bids. For the technical component envelope, these are the Class A documents. For the legal documents, valid field job certificate of registration, platinum membership, all pages or registration certificate from SEC, Department of Trade and Industry or DTI for sole proprietorship, or CDA for cooperatives or its equivalent document, and mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the respective bidder is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas, and tax clearance per Executive Order Number 398 Series of 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the BIR. The technical documents are as follows. Statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid, and statement of the bidder's SLCC or single largest completed contract for that matter, similar for the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided under the rules, and the pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures or JV, and registration for the type and cost of the contract to be bid, and original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized BSD or bid securing declaration. Project requirements shall also be included in the technical envelope, which shall include the following: organizational chart for the contract, list of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their complete qualification and experience data, key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, and resume and biodata of contractors' key personnel, list of contractors' major equipment units and laboratory equipment, which are owned, leased, and are under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be, and original duly signed omnibus warrant statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original SPA of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For the financial documents, the prospective bidders' audited financial statements showing, among others, the prospective bidders' total and current assets and liabilities, stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institutions for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission, and the prospective bidders' computation of the net financial contracting capacity, or for this matter, the NFCC. If applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement or JVA in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Meanwhile, for the component envelope financial or the financial component envelope, these are the documents to be submitted: original duly signed and accomplished financial bid form and other documentary requirements under RA 9184, original duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities, and duly accomplished detailed estimates form including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid, and cash flow by quarter. Meanwhile, these are the documents to be submitted by the bidders after issuance of notice of award and prior to contract signing. Notice of award or NOA with the sign or the bidder sign conform, authority of signing official / board resolution / secretary certificate, for a JV contractor's pickup special JV license and JV agreement, performance security, and of the form specified in the instructions to bidders, use form DPWH assigned Parties 43 or DPWH assigned Parties 44 as applicable. Construction methods, use form DPWH assigned Parties 45, construction schedule in the form of per CPM diagram or precedence diagram, and bar chart with S-curve and cash flow, use form DPWH assigned Parties 46, PRC license number and tax identification number of each key personnel, manpower schedule, use form DPWH assigned Parties 47, equipment utilization schedule, use form DPWH assigned Parties 48, construction safety and health program, use form DPWH assigned Parties 49, the construction safety and health program, initially approved by the HOPE and duly received by the DOLE as basis for processing and approval of contract, the CARI, the latest income tax and business returns, duly stamped and received by BIR and duly validated with the tax payments made, tax clearance from the BIR to prove full and timely payment of taxes. For a local contractor, certification under oath stating that the contractor is free and clean of all tax liabilities. For a foreign bidder, valid pickup license and registration for the type and cost of contract to be bid. When the treaty or international or executive agreement expressly allows submission of the pickup license and registration for the type and cost of the contract at hand as a precondition to the NOA, if applicable. Mr. Chair, that is all for the review of the details of the contracts for this private conference. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Levy. So, with this, any comments from the back, from the bidders? So, none. So, we'll proceed to other matters. Ready? Let's proceed to the other matters.
Thank you po, Mr. Chair. For other matters, in accordance with the Department's Citizens Charter and a numbered memorandum dated December 27, 2021, only the following documents are required from prospective bidders prior to the sale of bidding documents: company ID or any government-issued ID, authorization letter, if not authorized licensed officer in the CWA, or special power report such as special power of attorney for sole proprietorship, or board/partnership /joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporation, partnership, JV, and cooperative. Letter of intent for foreign funded projects. In accordance with item C.4 of DO number 64 series of 2012, please be reminded that prospective bidders may purchase contract-specific bidding documents at any DPWH offices. To clarify, as an example, a prospective bidder may go to DPWH NCR to pay for a bidding document of a contract being procured by DPWH CAR. DPWH NCR should then issue an official receipt to the prospective bidder for the purchase of bidding document pursuant to DO 64 series of 2012. In accordance with Section 4.8.2 of the DPM Volume 2 Infrastructure, first issued through DO number 151 series of 2016, as to the procurement of infra projects, please be reminded that registration or enrollment in the Civil Works Registry or Civil Works application is not a prerequisite for prospective bidders to be able to participate in the procurement opportunities of the department. For manual submission, bidders are advised to submit their bids through their duly authorized liaison officers with valid ID as listed in the CI or as reflected in CWA. However, the BAC now allows bidders authorized representative with proper authorization through presentation of the SPA for sole proprietorship and board resolution/secretary certificate for corporation subject to BAC verification and confirmation by the firm. Prospective bidders must have completed the single largest completed contract or the SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices must be at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract or the ABC to be bid and comply the required major categories of works pursuant to DO number 117 series of 2017. Bid received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected and declared failed. If at the time of post-qualification procedure, the BAC verifies that any of the deficiencies is due to contractor's fault or negligence pursuant to Section 34.3B I and 2I of the 2016 Revised IRR of RA 9184, the procuring entity shall disqualify the contractor from the award without any right to reimburse fees and incidental costs paid for the procurement of infrastructure contract subject of the bid in consonance with DO number 127 series of 2018. Strict application of RA 9184 in the conduct of post-qualification of bidders with delayed ongoing contracts with the DPWH and further, the contractor shall adhere to the provisions of Section 4.2, Appendix 17 of the 2016 Revised IRR of RA 9184. The cases and incidents that would disqualify the contractor from the award of the contract such as A, if the contractor has any ongoing contract that is delayed implementation and has endured negative 15% slippage or more. B, if the contractor has at least 2 ongoing contracts that have incurred negative 10% slippage, and C, if the contractor is imposed with liquidated damages during the time of post-qualification and award. Each bidder shall submit 1 original copy of the first and second components of its bid and 1 additional hard copy and or electronic copy of the bid. All pages of the bid, technical and financial proposals must be numbered and paginated consecutively at top-hand right margin. Each page should also be signed by the bidder below the page number, and the total number or page should be indicated in the covering page and signed by the duly authorized representative. All sets of the bidding documents that the letter will submit must be properly book-bounded pursuant to DPWH DO number 90 series of 2002. The original copy of the bid form shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidder or its duly authorized representative as per IRR Section 25.7 pursuant to DPWH Procurement Manual. Therefore, the BAC will only recognize discounts typed or written in ink on the bid forms. Discounts scribbled in pencil will be automatically not considered. Bidders are also subject to 3-strike policy in the procurement of contracts for infrastructure works, goods, and consulting services. If the bidder is found to be non-compliant or submitted incomplete or wrong documents, the bidder may be subject to 3-strike policy in each project per project basis. If a bidder participated in 3 projects and the documents submitted for these projects are all found to be non-complying, the 3-strike policy will be imposed to the bidder. For those who would like to prepare and do online submission of bids, the procedures and guidelines for electronic submission of bids or e-bidding could be viewed at DPWH website, and the said guidelines are stated at Department Order number 87 series of 2020 or in the bid data sheet section 17 in each bidding document. The bidding for the above projects shall be conducted short of award pending approved and availability and receipts of fiscal year 2024 GAA or SAA. This EPA shall be governed by the GPPB Circular Number 06-2019 dated July 17, 2019, which shall include but not limited to the following: A. Rules and procedure of EPA. B. Fixed price rule in procurement. C. Extension of bid validity and security. D. Conditions of award. And E. Date of earliest delivery. For the procurement of infrastructure contracts, if the bidder did not submit a copy of the updated field job certificate in its bid, and its field job certificate is valid based on the result of the electronic eligibility check, the BAC shall verify if the PhilJAB certificate saved in the records of the procurement service is updated and in the new format. Otherwise, the BAC should declare its bid or its bid ineligible. Or, if in the case that the bidder is ineligible due to the non-updating of Class A documents in the CWA, the BAC may still consider the bid provided that the Class A documents in the PhilJAB's registration attached to their submitted bid is updated. Shown in the screen are the following department orders and memorandum used in this private conference, as well as the posting or the advertisement of these contracts. Mr. Chair, that is all for the other matters. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Engineer. So that's it. Basic data and information regarding this. So do you have any more question regarding this project to be built? So there's none. This meeting is adjourned.